All right, hello, everyone. I did not realize how high that camera was. Hi, everyone.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
I obviously prepared for stream today.
Very much prepared. 10 out of 10.
I know. So we're back on Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations, Episode 2, The Stolen Turnabout. We think we're on the last trial. We think.
That's a big lull.
I mean,
maybe.
like, there's only so many ways this can go. The question is, are we smart enough to get through it during this stream?
Yeah.
So this should... Yeah, according to the cheat, which I'm vaguely reading, trying not to spoil too much for myself, this should be the end of it.
Okay, we're gonna try to get through this tonight. We'll push through. We got this, hopefully. Yeah. So let's start with our recap. Loads of people bought tickets for Luke Atmey's trial as Mask to Mask, which is a little weird. Like, I watched a lot of trials in grad school, and I never had to buy a ticket to it.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they thanked me for coming, and I had my pick of seats. So I wouldn't necessarily call that like normal, everyday entertainment, but you know, like, you people do you. Ron Delight is testifying that the blackmail letter he got demanding a red diamond made him show up to the crime scene, and Godot keeps finding motives in his testimony. Godot has no idea, just like we do, and I'm sort of feeling some solidarity here. We figured out that he wore his mask-to-mask helmet when the real killer whacked him. Then the killer pressed the alarm to frame him. We're pretty sure Luke is the real killer, so we have to prove it before our judge's Canadian brother ends his theft trial with a guilty verdict alibi.
God, I forgot about the Canadian brother.
I feel a little bad that I
What a
don't have a
babe.
better Canadian accent. Like, I should have polished that one up. And this trial is the one with the last testimony will screw you if you don't press the exact right statement. So have the cheat up. All right. Unless anyone has anything they want to talk about, I think we are ready to go.
Let's do the thing.
All right. Let's load it up.
October 14th, 12:14 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 4.
My sis?
I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice.
So then she's still alive. Inside your heart. Nicky boy!
I just had this moment of like, oh my god, no.
No! Fourth mission. Oh, Miss Delight.
I'd like to point out that, like, we have channeled Mia so many times that if she's not dead, what the fuck?
That's a concern.
Is it true that detective is the real killer?
To be honest, we don't have any definite proof. But he's the only one who could have done it.
But wasn't he at Lordly Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atmey want to kill Kane Bullard?
Oops, it's almost time. I better back to the courtroom.
Okay!
I need to find some solid proof. I'm screwed! Gonna happen sooner rather than later.
This is a comfortable feeling now, you know?
October 14th, 12:21 p.m. District Court Courtroom Number 6.
Like, literally, we never know what we're doing.
Nah, it's okay.
The only proof we have is that his silhouette was used to represent the killer in Ron's testimony.
Exactly.
That's literally it. That's all it is.
Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Luke Atmey, please take the stand.
Oh shit, it's me, hold on.
I mean, valid.
Oh, sorry. Well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer? Oh my god. I would have never thought. Maverick? I swear to god. Hold on. My iPad needs to stay where it is, honey. Thank you. Maverick is my 1.5-year-old dog, in case I haven't pointed that out. Hold on. Thank you for laying down. Jesus Christ. I would have never thought to see you acting so recklessly.
I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Now, when it would be wow, I can read today. Not when it would have been it would have given you the perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Mask Star Damask.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Luke at me has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could know what's been going on in here. But there probably is.
Yes. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Mask Damask.
Indeed. Oh, sorry. It's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. Yikes.
Question. Anyone think this is the red diamond they're referring to?
Yes, absolutely.
Write that down.
Somebody quick, make some notes on a piece of paper. So you continue to insist that you are in fact Master Mask.
Well, of course.
Very well then.
Little bitch.
Look at me. Let us begin with this simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time?
One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he himself should be ashamed of himself. Jesus.
Yeah.
But don't worry. I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge.
Thanks.
Bitch. Oh god, I forgot I'm this guy too. Alright, Mr. Atme.
The lemur hour.
The night of the murder, speak. We're all ears.
So dramatic.
Very dramatic.
Handed a dramatic sip.
As you wish, Sir Prosecutor.
Like, let's be honest.
Have that voice today.
Godot is like 99% drama, 1% he sort of knows how the courtroom works.
Yeah.
I was stealing the urn as Mask to Mask, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, the one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Mask to Mask was the same time as the murder.
And if you remember how many times we talked about how the timestamp couldn't have been tampered with, it clearly could not have been tampered with. It seems the main point of discussion will be this photo of the crime scene.
Everything else up until now is all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well.
Even the great Mask to Mask cannot be in two places at once.
Oh, with that answer.
Now, then, if you excuse me, I have a verdict to receive.
Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination.
Oh god, I feel like Francesca.
I know.
A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool.
Stop taking my lines.
Rude!
I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick.
Thank you. Anyway, the only thing that's full of it is his alibi. Oh, mic drop. Anyway.
All right. Let's start asking some questions.
What? Oh. I was stealing Aaron as mask to mask just so I announced I would. I think my dad's home.
So this photograph is the proof, correct?
Indeed it is.
They're just trying to read with you. It's fine.
Yeah.
And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask.
That is why I am called Mask to Mask.
No, that's not you. But conveniently, that also means that there is no way to tell who this really is. Ooh.
What do you mean?
Are you saying that this is not, in fact, Luke at me? Oh my goodness. That it could be an accomplice? Dressed up as mask to mask to create an alibi? Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice?
I don't think he had an accomplice.
I don't think so either.
Let's see. Ron, Desiree. It's clearly Larry.
Oh yeah, it has to be Larry.
I want to check something really quick first.
It's always Larry.
Like, why is there no paint on that box?
True.
Yeah.
Could just be this angle, though. Okay, I don't think we can name an accomplice. Everyone else agree?
Yeah. I also looked at the sheet, and there's no walkthrough for doing statement 1.
Cool.
Yay! If Luke had me was at KP security during the murder, then the mask to mask in his picture has to be a fake.
Then there really was an accomplice.
But right now, I have no idea who it was.
I don't have any idea right now either.
Baseless objections are just what that guy wants. There's gotta be another way. And I'm going to find it. Plot twist, it's Desiree.
I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job.
I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point.
Oh god, I forgot it was me. Jesus, I'm on top of it today. That's right, it was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken.
You sent the calling card to Lord Lee Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right?
Indeed. There was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target.
I see. You truly are evil, aren't you?
Oh my god.
Yes. Evil.
Yes, evil is what I am.
Evil.
Hey, Nick. Isn't there something odd about this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that mermaid man isn't here to save the line.
Detective Atme was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lord Lee Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona.
See, that's why I like you, Maya. You're the smart one. You know, that's true. It's kind of odd. Tell us.
Is the judge allowed to make character statements like calling the witness evil?
Yeah.
Considering he's the one that hands down the verdict, it's not like he can poison the jury, so...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's really no jury either. Like, it's just people in
Yeah.
the courtroom.
It's just the peanut gallery.
The walkthrough says we can't press on 3 yet. We
Okay.
have to go to 4 first.
Okay. Cool.
So thought I'd save us a second. The time at which the camera captured mask to mask was the same time as the murder.
About the camera that took this photograph.
Oh, come on now. It's all too clear what you're thinking.
Man.
You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lord Lee Taylor. And on top of that, it was Lord Lee Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way the picture could have been altered.
I see.
It looks like I'd better find something else that could be sus.
So, this alibi is false?
It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at KB Security.
But I'm not really spotting anything unusual other than the thing that I just literally pointed out was unusual.
Right. There are 2 possibilities. Either the mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is.
Okay, so now we can go poke at 3.
Yes.
So, by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here? Is that correct?
Oh. Was he in our courtroom when our trial established what the time of the murder was?
I
How
don't
does he know
believe so.
about it?
I don't
Shit.
know.
Wow.
I mean, I don't have any evidence that, proves that he couldn't have known that. So,
Yeah, I don't know, but
file
shit,
that
man.
away.
Quick, write that down. Indeed, it is. That is it. Jesus, the very thing that proves I committed the crime.
The very thing that proves you committed the crime.
Surely even you understand by now. Lord Lee Taylor provided that camera. There's no way I could have tampered with it. You were there for like 20 days.
Yeah, bitch.
That means I could not have killed Kane Bullard unless I had an accomplice.
Come on, think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse, and this picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture?
Yes.
I mean, I have
You
said,
Bet there is.
yeah, there's a lot that's weird about this picture.
Are you implying that this picture is a fake?
Yeah, you bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. And there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night.
Must be the paint stain.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Very well, then let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph do you find funny? Because when we first came in,
funny if you think about it.
yeah, when we first came in that night, the Ami Faye statue was there.
Mm-hmm.
Take that! Funny part is right here.
Why this is a blood stain. Ah, blood! Now this case is getting interesting.
No, not exactly. The stain's actually pink paint.
We're not in Danganronpa, it's fine.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Wrong video game,
Yeah.
Your Honor.
Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that.
Maverick, sit down.
Because the structure of what's going on is wild tangents.
Maybe I'm just hungry. You don't know.
Proto. problem with the photograph is not the pain. The problem is when you consider the layout of the base of the warehouse. Turns out that something that would be there is nowhere to be seen.
Da-da-da-da. Well, Mr. Wright? What is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains?
Me, Faye.
Yep.
The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following.
Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain trading hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it.
I myself was there that night the theft took place. And saw the statue in that spot. Wow, I almost read it twice. This picture was truly taken on that night. Then that statue should have been there. Objection.
But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner.
Old bag is another character you think of.
Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally?
Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy.
Are you calling me fat?
A little bit. It would take more than an accidental push to move it in that distance.
Yeah, in that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night?
Can you do it, Nick?
Never mind who moved it.
Average.
The real question is, why did they move it?
Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you are prepared with your answer. Now then,
Maverick.
who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? I haven't figured that out yet.
Your mom did. No, just kidding.
Was it Master Mouse? Let's see.
No.
Yes.
It was not Master Mouse?
Oh,
No.
JK, LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Adrian?
No.
Was it Luke at me?
Yes.
Okay.
The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke at me. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions.
Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions?
It's very simple. The witness
Sit down.
was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. Bam.
That is indeed very simple. However, eyeball. Why would I want to move a heavy golden statue?
The reason for moving the golden statue, here's where our battle really begins.
Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue?
Reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at this photograph every time.
Yeah.
Look at me. You pretended to be Master Mask to create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. This photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would be exposed like cheap film at a drugstore. That is why you had to move the statue.
A single fatal flaw.
Interesting theory. Please enlighten us.
Just where? Oh wait.
Just where?
Just
Sorry.
where in the picture?
I don't know who said it.
It's me. Just where in this picture does the lie something? I still miss it. Exist?
Is it where the box was?
No.
Is it the box?
No. What else could it be?
Is it him?
No. Hold on.
Yep. Nick's
Gonna
kind of
have to
lost
mute.
me on this one.
It's Is it the box?
I already asked
Oh my
that. She
God.
said no.
Y'all, it's the
Okay.
timestamp.
Oh!
Oh.
It's the timestamp! Yeah! Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atme went to KB Security and murdered King Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious.
Sure it is.
It would have been impossible for him to have been at Lordly Taylor at this time.
I'd like to point out, we have gone over this point like 18 times. And this is when Nick decides he wants to talk about it. But what does that have to do with the statue being moved?
Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was the statue placed beside the warehouse door?
Well,
The statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime. And it was placed there in order to cover up the paint.
Exactly. Luke Atme had already decided on the time he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. Oh...
What the?
Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet.
ah.
So, on the day of the crime, Mr. Atme must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat on a rocking chair factory, so to speak. That was a weird metaphor, but okay. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed it where it wasn't supposed to be. Take that. And that is why Luke Atme had to move the statue on the night of the murder. And Broadway. He did it to make the room match with the way it had been in this photo.
Ah!
Order! Order! Mr. Atme, is this true? I'd like to point out, like, there's this giant fatal flaw in this, in that computers keep logs with year and actual date timestamps. So if the Lordly Taylor staff had printed out this picture, someone likely would have noticed that he had taken it like 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
I think that was my line. Something.
Something, yes.
I said something.
Mr. Atme, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this?
What's that?
The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off the night of the crime.
It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lordly Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage the data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data.
Order! Order! Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this?
There's a lot.
I haven't been speaking.
Godot!
Wait.
I warned you about making me wait! Now put that coffee down!
Oh, he's getting angry.
My 11th cup. God, homeboy, you need to stop.
Yeah, this is an addiction at this point.
I promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial.
The poor intern at the bench, at the end of the bench, going, please no more, please no more.
Which means I'm still good till the last drop.
However, the defense has a very good point.
Good point. So what? We're all but travelers on a road of infinite points.
I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points.
So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time? And that the statue was moved in order to make it match? It's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied.
Which is... oh my god, seriously, like, hey, like, for his coffee thing, like, he takes so many, but how does he not go to the bathroom every 5 seconds? Like, I don't know about y'all, but like, coffee, like, makes me go instantly. How is he alive? Anyway.
That it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. Wow.
That's very true.
No way. Don't fall for that, Your Honor. God.
Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes. If there's no funny business in your actions as mask to mask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it.
Yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn. Now we're into the interesting stuff.
Right.
I first received the request from Lord Lee Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box, and Zavari, it was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand.
Except for it's not, but, you know.
I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th.
That's pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it?
Yeah, but we will find the truth hidden in the nuggets of the new information he gave.
Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time?
Zavari.
Very well then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Is it even worth it to point out that the urn isn't a valuable treasure?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gonna do it because it's so obvious.
Yeah.
What's the worst they can do? Penalize me?
Right. JK, lum out. Let's...
Although it doesn't have the thingy on it anymore. Should I do it? Should I still do it?
I mean, you can. There's nothing that says anything about it in the write-up.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a penalty for it.
Shit!
This evidence clearly reveals the
Yeah.
contradiction.
Think over facts before making accusations.
No,
I'm right, though.
You can't tell me what to do, Your Honor.
Okay, let's start pressing. Why
You
are
were asked to
feeling
guard the urn
right?
by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right?
So apparently somebody's mic is giving static. Is it still giving static?
I think it's you, Lemur. Your mic
Is
is
it me?
Yeah, I think your mic is very nice today, but it's very loud.
Oh. Hold on. different headphones today. I can move it further away from my face. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, we can try that.
Just put it, down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using different headphones today because the ones I normally use are in my backpack for work, and I didn't feel like digging them out.
They
That's
sound
such
very
a
nice.
mood. That's such a mood.
Like when you get home, you're just tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to go back through my shit. And plus, I don't want to forget them for work tomorrow. Anyway, indeed, it seems that they had heard of my Zavar. Oh Lord.
What even is that word?
Sparkling reputation?
Sparkling.
Oh, sparkling. Okay. Trying to figure out what the fuck he was.
What is he on? Oh, I see Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You'd better watch out too, Maya.
Great.
What does that mean?
Love you too, Nick.
Oh,
Aaron was placed in a box, and Zavari it was sent to the warehouse.
You mean this box?
Yes, that pathetic box.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lady Andrews was specifically taken with that urn,
There's a magic dead woman in there. Come on.
and she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me.
Interesting. New tidbit.
Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime.
So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before?
Oh, indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself.
What if I do?
And my security was focused entirely on the entrance to that warehouse. However, I, Luke Atney, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand.
You mean this calling card?
That's right. That is, without a doubt, my calling card.
It's not.
I guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all.
Of course, because Adney knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him.
I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly.
Then no one entered the basement warehouse?
Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th.
Did you hold the urn or did you hold the box?
Right. And this is the photo that proves that, huh?
Indeed, to be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much.
Hey, Nick, if this photo is a fake, Detective Atney might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken.
That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we can prove that he's lying there, we can wrap this up with a bow on it and a cherry on top. I need to take a good hard look at the court record. Again.
Not a lot to go on, is there?
That detective's been covering his tracks. There's only one thing we need to prove in this cross-examination.
Give me a second. Yeah, Lemur, it must be you. on the static.
I don't know how to do anything about it. They're just headphones.
Let me see really quick. Can you set mic sensitivity in Skype? Audio and video. No, I don't. Of course you can't. That's okay. I think. Give me just a second, guys, because I think I can put a filter on. Go away. And filter it out.
Yeah.
Filters.
How do I do that?
Da-da-da-da-da. Let's do a noise gauge.
Sorry, I was trying to see if I could do anything and I messed up my Skype.
Uh-oh.
We're good.
You guys want to talk?
Yeah, I'm
Certainly.
talking right now. There's only one thing we need to prove in this cross-examination.
Okay. I think that
Is
might
it
work.
okay? Is it better?
It's not showing up now on the thing, so hopefully that worked, and that's a little bit better for you guys.
I'm gonna pray real hard.
Sorry.
There's only, well, I already said that. Oh, that he took this photo well before the actual night of the crime.
All right then. How do we do that?
Well, we ring up a couple of cosplay photographers and ask them if they have naked. There's one thing that Adme stated very clearly. That he had never seen the urn before he stole it.
We need to prove that he's lying. Okay, well, I mean, there was the treasure exhibition thing.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, anything else that I can prove it with? The wallet, publicity photo, the autopsy report, the newspaper clipping, list, the buzzer, the testimony, broken and repaired, then replaced in its box and kept out of sight.
Let me know if you'd like me to tell you.
I would love a hint.
So, statement 2, 3, 4, or 6
Okay.
present mask to mask's calling card.
Okay. We'll do oh shit, that's not what I meant to hit. Da, blah 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 blah. Okay, the calling card. Oh, I can. There we go. Oh, because it's a speckled urn. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally these cases take too long.
Right.
I've already
Exactly.
forgotten what happened.
Right. If you really are mask to mask,
Okay, good.
then you also wrote this calling card, correct?
But of course. Is there a problem with that calling card?
Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Mask to Mask had written. Ahem. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now, the speckled here surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn.
Yes, that is true, but so what?
Truth be told, there is no way that Mask to Mask could have known about this pattern.
What do you mean?
This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains.
Paint stains?
And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor.
We're both Steven. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite.
His toaster is overheating. It's fine.
Yeah. Gotta make sure that your Pop-Tarts are well done. The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or should I say an error-prone human.
Poor Adrian.
Poor Adrian, yeah, we're calling her out. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn.
You can't be serious.
And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Atme had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. Patooey. Yes, same.
I like that better. Patooey.
Patooey. That's so like Looney Tunes.
I feel like you need to keep like some water next to you so you can do an actual spit take every time.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not gonna fucking spit water all over my shit.
Do it outside. No, just kidding. And because this photo is a fake, your alibi for the night of the murders longer holds water. Like the spit take.
It definitely could not do that.
What's up? Wah 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 wah.
Gwag, 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 gwag.
Gwag gwag gwag. Amen.
Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself?
All right, that did it. He's broken.
Nick? I think it's still a little early for a victory pose.
Huh?
Yeah, he looks too happy. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Ah.
Don't have me.
It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days.
Conviction, you say?
I do say. Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was masked to mask. Well, we were wrong. And now we're calling him a murderer? You don't think we're being a tad fickle?
That's a good point.
No way. Don't fall for that too, Your Honor.
You said that Luke Atme was the one who killed Kane Bullard. Let me ask you this. Why would he do that?
It's an accident.
Because he's evil.
Evil!
An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright. Motive. Might you... Oh my god. Might you, my merry murderous motive manifest?
Now say it
Fucking
times
Christ.
5 times fast.
No.
Nick!
Damn it.
He's getting his second wind! If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Ron Delight, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder.
The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron Delight. Isn't that right, Detective? Indeed, according to my own research, the boy's motive is clear.
Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were.
I'd be honored to, Sir Old-Timer. Wow.
That's rude. Everything they can. Fictions. But or lack of hard information, this may be our only chance.
So we're going to have him testify about the other guy?
Apparently. I, Luke at me, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate mask to mask and simply mistook who he was. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. It's Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored such grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. He hard-boiled.
He hard-boiled, yes.
I almost said he hard-boiled a grudge.
Yes, he hard-boiled a grudge.
How is it only Tuesday?
I feel that.
Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is mask to mask. Again, how does he know this stuff if he was in his own trial, not our trial, unless he was the culprit?
Oh.
That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy.
So the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant.
This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter.
What bitch handwrites a letter at this point?
Right. Especially a CEO or some shit.
Especially if you're sending a blackmail letter.
Exactly. Oh my god. Idiot.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination.
Mind if I do? Cross-examination!
Okay. I, Luke at me, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever.
Liar. And who in the world is going to prove that?
I will.
Damn it. What?
After doing thorough background check of Detective Amy and Kane Bullard, we're unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report.
What report?
Right. What report?
Perhaps they were connected through their work? They were both involved in security.
Nope.
That was blunt.
My thoughts, Your Honor.
In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight. Kane Bullard decided to investigate mask to mask and simply mistook who he was.
Mistook?
That's right. Mistook from the Old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an error.
That wasn't what I meant.
Just who did the victim mistake mask to mask to be?
Why, the answer is obvious. Ron Delight, of course.
Boy, I'd like to wipe that smug look off this guy's face.
Press him like a grape or leave it.
I like grape.
Sure. Press over, do you?
Grape, 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 grape.
Grape, grape, grape. Why would the victim mistake the defendant for mask to mask?
Don't you already know that? Safari, take a look at this newspaper.
Oh ho! That's the famous Tear of Emanon, a magnificent jewel.
That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant.
Seriously, were we actually meant to believe that he fits his nose under that mask to mask thing? Like, how?
How?
The defendant.
The victim clearly misread this article, and Zavari he got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact masked. Why are you? Leave the poor child man alone.
I know.
Man-child.
Hmm. I see. That was an unusually reasonable deduction.
It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Rhonda Light.
You mean this blackmail letter right here?
It says, bring $50,000.
And the handwriting is without a doubt the victim's.
There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it.
But
Do you?
I don't see an addressee on this letter anywhere.
This letter was discovered in Rhonda Light's apartment. And Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place and time. The fact that there is no addressee is irrelevant.
I don't think so.
I wonder.
What's up, Nick?
Just had a thought. Right, boy? Right. Same. I know. That's what I've been saying this whole time. Anyway, what if the blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight?
Whoa.
Oh?
Do you have any evidence of that?
For some reason, I just can't shake that feeling. That there's something not quite right about this blackmail letter.
Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied?
No.
I mean, I know what the issue is. It was meant for him because he's got the red diamond ring on his thing, but I don't have the ring in his...
Right. This is so hard.
Okay, do you want me to tell you?
Can we exploit that one?
Yes. So,
'Kay.
Statement 3.
Uh-huh.
Present the blackmail letter.
Okay.
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atme?
Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright.
When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction.
A contradiction? I don't know what... I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that.
Ooh, burn.
You're one to talk.
At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists.
Please don't hit me. I don't want to die today.
Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior?
No!
Indeed. Time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Is this the newspaper article with the tear
Yes.
of Emanon?
Yes.
I think I know where we're going with this.
Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of the Tear of Emanon, the stolen jewel.
What about it?
Problem is this jewel's color.
Color? I'm not much for discussing color myself.
I didn't ask. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day.
Red?
Red versus blue. Which means... red diamond described in the blackmail letter. is not the tier of Emanon that Master Mask stole at all.
Objection!
And your point is, Mr. Trite?
You not Red Jewel.
So if you're trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else, that is what you're trying to say, right, Trite?
That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright? Well, that is what you're trying to say, right, Nick?
Wow, everyone's ganging up on me today.
That was fun.
This is who Kane Bullard was actually blackmailing.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yay.
Oh! Naturally. It was you, Detective Atme.
Do you have some sort of basis for that claim?
You're wearing it. You have been personally involved in every single Master Mask case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen. And received a jewel as your reward.
A jewel?
Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring. Take it off. That's a sentence.
Uh-huh.
That is the diamond referred to in the letter. Which means that Kane Bullard wrote the letter in order to blackmail you.
Order in this court. Order, I say.
It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite.
Oh, I don't like the way you said that.
Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke at me? Are you for real?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Dick, come on, stand up to him.
Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage.
Are they doing okay?
Yeah, they're fine. I was very excited. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world,
Yes, it certainly does.
Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Atme's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity?
Don't ask me that question, I don't know.
Atme killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret?
This is what it all comes down to, Nick.
The identity that Luke Atme wanted so desperately to keep secret was his identity as...
He was stealing as directed by blackmail letters, so he's a blackmailer, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I got
Larry
this.
Butts! No. Luke Atme was a blackmailer.
There's some irony.
Objection!
The blackmailer gets blackmailed.
Right.
Hey now, you're
You're
an
an
all-star.
Thank
That
you.
a little
25.
different from what you've been saying. You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atme. Are you saying that Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that?
You have to admit, that does sound a little odd.
Not odd. It's the only thing that makes sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme. But Rhonda Light was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So, did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident?
Yes. just a few days after the Tear of Emanon heist. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Detailed plans?
Remember that conversation?
Yeah. In which case, would mean that Ron Delight was actually Mask to Mask.
That is what we're claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atme.
Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
What is?
When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong?
How did you...
You say that I, Luke Atme, was blackmailing Ron Delight? In which case, I would naturally know about this relation to Mask to Mask.
Well, yes.
Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime.
Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise.
Oh boy. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence.
I did not like the way you said that, but thank you.
I didn't either. I hated it too.
If
During the first crime, how did Luke Atme know that Ron Delight was Mask to Mask?
Is it
now
this?
on the internet?
Yeah. Is it
that
this
is
newspaper
now on
clipping?
the internet.
Yes.
I think I see it.
See what?
You were in grade school. You received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention.
What do you mean?
This newspaper clipping. It has a picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. It seems that Mask to Mask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket.
That sounds far too stupid to be true.
But it is. Correct! Which, with tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atme. That's when you learned that under his mask, Mask to Mask, was Ron Delight.
Yeah.
Wasn't he supposed to be Mask to Mask? Not only that, it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. I can't believe it! He was just a slimy blackmailer! What a
Tell him, Elmo.
fraud, trying to pass himself off as an ace detective. Elmo has to come
But why
back in every
you-
case.
How dare you expose me like that? But why? I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective, and also Mask to Mask.
Uh-huh.
Damn it! Oh, he is coming unhinged. Why can't you understand that? Girl, your eyeliner's running. You need to fix that.
This guy liner needs some work. I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity.
Why you?
Oh.
Nope, he's going off.
is some old bag shit, and I'm not
Yeah.
here
Oh,
for
come
it.
on.
Do it.
I
do
played Old
it,
Bag for how many
do
games?
it, do it.
And I would have done the same, nope, if I was old bag.
It would seem we've finally arrived at the real answer. That was quite a performance by Mr. Atme.
He deserves an Oscar.
Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atme.
Objection!
Oh no. Oh no.
I mean, we did know that there's going to be, that final testimony.
Yeah. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim.
What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling.
Oh, why is this coffee gray? I'm gonna say one thing.
Stale.
Yeah.
How can it be stale? How many cups of coffee has he had?
I will be the one to judge.
You won't.
You don't get much more in your face than that.
Yeah.
It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite.
What do you?
It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was a filthy blackmailer. Prevent a dog from crying. And that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder.
That's right. That's why he was the one who killed Mr. Bolt. Shit.
But Mr. Bullshit. Oh, excuse me. There's still one thing you have yet to prove.
What's that?
Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB security, then I don't see how the verdict can be delivered.
No way.
Order!
Point.
Order in the court! Well, Mr. Wright?
This is it. This is the final round. The final countdown. I've got to prove that Atme was at Mr. Bullard's office on that night.
But can you really prove that?
That's long enough, Mr. Trite. I want to hear your answer.
That night, Luke Atme was at KB Security and the defense.
The defense needs to look at their evidence really quick.
Can't
Really?
prove it right
We can't prove it? Yeah, I didn't think we could.
now. Can't.
I can't prove it.
Just as I thought. Ignore the fact that I was about to make my ruling just now.
No, but if we hear more of Detective Atme's testimony,
Objection!
Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Trite.
what do you mean?
I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean.
Who said you were the boss?
What? You can't tell me what to do.
Have you forgotten? Luke Atme is here after we interrupted his own trial. And you failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial. And face his guilty verdict as mask to mask.
No. No.
Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. Come on. Up. Nope. Okay, bye. I am the ace detective as well as mask to mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron delights, will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness...
Order! Order in the court! That's enough deliberation over this witness.
I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is...
Don't give up now, Nick! We still have tomorrow! We can look for more evidence and...
By then, it'll be too late.
Huh? Why?
Double jeopardy. And one of the basic rules of any court of law.
Double jeopardy? Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts, and it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else.
Damn it.
Mr. Atme will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty of... Which means... Screen.
He will be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullard is concerned.
I was concerned it was me. I was like, it's not updating.
No way! The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atme's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kane Bullard's murderer.
What?
Nick, why are you surprised by this? What did they teach you in law school?
Not
My
much,
lawyers
obviously.
have failed me. Now there's nothing I can possibly do to win. And if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Atme, will go free.
Actually, he'll still probably go to jail just as mask to mask. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today, and as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections?
A lot of them.
I mean, have we cross-examined every statement the witness made? Because I don't think so. Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atme.
Please say objection.
Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. How did you... Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A
Obviously.
lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. It's really
What?
nice that they finally gave Mia a voiced line for objections.
Yeah. Voice. No
What
way.
kind of courtroom is this? Letting a ghost freaking... Oh, okay, she's
shit.
possessing her sister. Never mind.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say.
Did you guys think we just had a random ghost floating next to us?
Well, we
Yeah,
haven't seen Mia
like
yet,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
so it could happen.
Long time no see, Phoenix.
God, it's still creepy that you possess your sister.
Less
Yeah.
creepy than the 8-year-old with sudden boobs.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one's worse. It's still not great, full stop. But
Yeah, I mean,
This is the true power of the Crane channeling technique. I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me. But right now, she's my mentor, Mia Fey.
I don't understand how the judge and the prosecution, don't have any problems with the fact that the girl standing next to you suddenly looks completely different.
Wait. Oh wait, that's Mia.
Now, let's do this.
But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine.
Not yet. The testimony's not over yet.
Whoa, what do you mean?
Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true, but unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, This witness made a number of remarks.
Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as mask to mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron delights will verify that he is the true murderer. I think you're onto something. Yeah, because the comment that I did not get to, wait, but he's not technically on trial for the murder, Ron is.
Yeah.
That's where I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Maverick, can you sit down, please?
Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever. Very well. Then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot?
Nothing.
Oh, he's just
Nothing
staring
is
at
wrong.
me. Oh, we know who he's staring at. We know. We know.
Oh, Sir Lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehoods would do anything to me, look at... Let's hear it. Uh-oh. Huh? It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Mr. Godot, what are you...
Very well then, Mr. Look at me. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks. The defense would like to hear why you declared the defendant to be the true murderer. So please, give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance.
Yes, Chief. You go, boss. Love you.
Why do I only get to leave the grave when I'm saving your ass?
I'm sorry.
This is it. By the way, y'all.
Okay.
This is the one that we have to pick exactly right. So we'll get through this, and then I'll tell us what we need to do.
Sounds good.
Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lord Lee Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. My brilliant deduction was what if... Wow, okay. Was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Because I'm wearing gloves. The victim would have left prints if he had sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter? The victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Zavari. Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy.
This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well.
The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything.
But of course. Yeah, how does he know that Ron was in his outfit?
Right.
But
Right.
how did you know about the emergency buzzer?
That too.
Yup.
The police investigation documents went directly through me. Okay, well.
In jail?
Yeah. Like
In jail.
Yeah, that's right. I was just like, well, beforehand, and it's like, no. We found out about this after. And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer.
I don't know
Are
what
you
that
going
noise.
to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer?
I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
We cannot postpone Luke Atmey's trial any longer. This is your last chance.
Hang on a sec. Just one chance.
It seems that the party's about to begin.
Well, Phoenix?
There isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony.
So it would seem.
What do you mean, so it would seem?
Listen, Phoenix. Pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it.
Cup number 17, the last cup. It seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial.
Should we rush to the hospital? Like, can you... Is it okay to drink 17 cups of coffee?
And not go to the bathroom?
Like,
He's definitely got to be like vibrating out of his soul.
is
like,
his
just-
heart going like a hummingbird's?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I have to find a fatal contradiction in this testimony. And I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it.
Remember, you only get one chance. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination.
Of
So,
my
Lemur.
life? Oh, shit.
So I was reading ahead, trying to figure out what to do, and literally, like, it didn't tell me. It does tell you to save. It does tell me, but I had to scroll down to find it. So we need to press on the 9th statement, which is Mr. Delight was wearing his mask to mask outfit, which is why he left in France.
That's what we said earlier, so it makes sense. Good. Mr. Adme, about this last remark.
Objection!
You didn't even let us get the question out.
You still don't get it, do you, Trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement.
Fuck
Doing
you.
my job, bitch. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot.
What?
Mr. Gundam Mask. Mr. Adme, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder.
How can you say that?
Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atme? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his mask to mask outfit. Is that correct?
Indeed, that's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof.
Are they?
Or like your deductions prove that you're a fool. Oh.
Leave my word alone.
So apparently that response from Godot is the same no matter what we do. It's a fake out to try to trick players into reloading the save even if they were right.
That's cruel.
That's really
so
cruel, but
mean.
also hilarious.
What a-
Oh yeah.
What troll.
I'm sorry. Whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty.
What the?
Does that
You drink
happen
some
like when your
water.
heart explodes?
Drink
Okay.
some goddamn water.
Thirsty in what way? Because there's several ways.
Yeah.
Alright, when exactly did we learn the fact that Ron DeLite was dressed in his master mask when he went to the scene of the crime?
That was.
It was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare.
That's weird, dude.
Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now.
That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who have been watching this trial.
I don't understand. Like, you're dressed like this. Are you telling me he has his wallet in his back pocket? Why would you bring your entire wallet?
For fun.
Sorry, I just had to get that out.
You're a dumbass.
For fun. Do you understand now, Detective Atme? There is no way that you should have known about that.
I'm not making that screeching sound.
You were in the next courtroom being tried as mask to mask. So then, enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information?
He committed the crime. Come on. This defense must have known about it. The detective, Jesus.
I mean, we knew.
To find out beforehand.
And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. DeLite was wearing his master mask outfit. There is one and only one way for Detective Atme to have found that out.
Only one.
One way, you say?
Please recall, if you will, Mr. DeLite's testimony.
When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Weirdly in the shape of Luke Atme.
For a second, my client witnessed the real killer.
Objection!
But Mr. DeLite never saw his attacker. There's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme.
But that silhouette, come on, guys. It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head.
Just what are you implying?
Mr. DeLite saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn the statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron DeLite.
Impossible.
Oh yeah.
Da 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 da.
I did it! I figured it out from the silhouette. Detective a few episodes ago. Detective Atme, you saw Master Mask at the murder scene that night.
What is this? Guess that Pokemon?
Yes. It's Luke Atme! Zavari. Okay. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron DeLite. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. Ba-bam.
Is this an earthquake?
It's super effective.
Yeah, I think he's about to...
shit.
Krakatoa. Yep. Oh, God. Nope. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I'm forced to create one by myself.
Isn't this the same spiel's last stream? Or
Yeah, I
last
think this
time?
is the same, like, unhinged rant.
Mhm.
Here I am, the tragic clown.
That's the same line you gave yesterday.
Thank you, Judge.
But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. He is a clown.
He's not a clown. He's the entire circus.
True.
What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be guilty as Mask to Mask in order to escape his true crime.
And to that end, he came up with this plan. To use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi.
He still would have went to jail for murder and for theft, like... At any rate, it would seem we've finally found the truth. Excuse me. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me! Oh. I didn't realize you were there.
Why wouldn't he be?
About the verdict. I know. You never committed any murder. That's right! I'm so glad you understand that. But... I really am Mask to Mask! Huh? So, thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy? Now that you mention it.
Sorry, dog stuff. I've been careless.
Careless? Whisper? Careless whisper? No. What do you think, Mia?
As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent.
And Mask to Mask is really innocent?
It would seem so. For now.
I mean, but they're two.
For now.
Hold on. They're two different crimes, though. So they're using double jeopardy, Roger.
No, so he did get declared not guilty yesterday. For the previous trial. Because that was when we trapped Luke Atme.
Oh. Well,
So, as long as he got that not guilty verdict, he can't be tried again. At least not for the urn.
uh-huh.
I think technically he can still be tried for the others, but we're playing fast and loose with this.
We are. Maverick.
Now then, this court finds the defendant not guilty.
Guilty! Yeah! Woo! Confetti!
Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, this isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Mask to Mask after all.
October 14th, 3:35 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4.
You did it, Phoenix.
Thanks to you. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days.
Oh?
I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days.
You mean about becoming the master of the Korean channeling school?
Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother.
Mystic Fae, right?
Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Are you doing okay?
Maverick just kind of body slammed into my iPad. It's fine.
Of course.
Well then, see you around. Mr. Wright! I don't know what to say.
Thank you would be nice. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Also, that you'll pay me.
Here's your money
better.
for saving my ass.
Thank you so much! No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though, now that all of this has happened. Come on! Just be happy already!
Thank you, Maya.
You've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as mask to boot. But in exchange, I lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming mask to mask? I did it all for one reason. For her.
Good for her. You mean your wife, Desiree?
She hates criminals more than anything. I mean, technically, we're not a criminal because they've decided that we didn't break the law.
True.
Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she?
She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me.
Maybe she just loves you.
I thought she would leave me for sure.
So that's why you became Master Mask.
Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together!
Unless you have super glue.
That's not true. Right, Nick?
Right.
Really? Can we go back to the way things were? You'll be fine. And Nick can prove it.
I can? I kind of wish you would check with me first. Mr. Light, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together.
Do I need to present the urn?
Yes.
This stupid urn that like 6 people have put back together at this point? The sacred urn. Desi was the one who found this.
Yeah. Desiree, your wife. She's always believed in you, Ron. You're unstoppable. Look at it. That's
Same
why
vibe.
you'll be right. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything.
Ah, there you are.
It's the bait! Mr. Light!
You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that, but I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really mask to mask either. Mr. Light, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast
Oh my god.
that there's no way he could ever get away.
Is that a threat? But didn't you say you hated criminals?
Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective.
I see.
My Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them, like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous.
Yeah.
Chivalrous?
Great.
I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Desi, this is really weird doing 2 sides of the married couple. They haven't been in the same scene until now.
Holy shit. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you?
Nicky boy,
Yes?
I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us.
Oh, well, in that case, please give me my money and take care of yourself.
You too, Nicky boy.
I can feel my face going round.
Mr. Nick! Mr. Maya! Congratulations!
Oh no! Talk about bad timing.
Mr. Nick, how could you? With another man's wife in front of Mystic Maya! I'll
my God.
never forgive you! Never! Ever!
No! Oh damn it! Ah. I'm sorry. Curse my manly ways and hormones. Shit. So just in case, as the case came to a close, so did my consciousness. and that's how I died. But yeah, no. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together.
Pearl is like the world's smallest MMA fighter.
Oh yeah. But I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before.
Okay, I know that like the text box is going to drop away, but right now, like it feels like they're doing a Mike Wazowski on Pearl.
They are. They are.
There we go.
Look at the photo. Oh, look at them being cute.
All right, and we have finished episode 2.
Yay!
Yay!
Claps and snaps for everyone.
All right, recipe for turnabout is next. We are going to save, yes.
Yes, save. Yes.
So we're going to end here for tonight. A couple of announcements. So it is official. Next week, we will not be having a Thursday stream. We probably won't be having a Tuesday stream either. The week after, I'm gonna go visit Lemur.
Yay!
So we won't have streams those days. We'll be back on that Thursday. I will make sure to update social media with it just as a reminder. Next stream, we're actually going to do a 428 stream because Sunday, Mana is unavailable. And I don't want to cancel any streams considering the fact that we're about to miss a week.
I'm
Yeah.
going to St. Augustine. Yeah.
So we will be doing 428 on Thursday, and then
Yep.
Lemur and I are possibly going to be doing Undertale on Sunday.
Yeah.
To be decided, and then we'll figure out
TBD.
we'll figure out what we're doing on Tuesday. We might do another 428 stream, just so that we don't start a case and then drop it for a week.
Yeah.
But let's see, is there anything else? I can't think of anything else. Anyone else got any announcements?
Wash your hands, wear a mask, make good choices.
Get vaccinated if you can.
Be kind to yourself and others.
Yes. All right.
And stay sassy.
Exactly.
Stay sassy. I like it.
And don't drink 17 cups of coffee in less than an
please, God,
hour.
don't.
You will probably die.
Please go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Please pee if you do decide to drink 17 cups of coffee.
Yeah, chug. Anyway.
So we will see you guys on Thursday for the 428 stream. And yeah, have a good night, everyone.
Good night. Bye-bye.